When you think about any modern AV setup, HDMI is basically the standard, but it has this one giant built-in problem.
Physics.
Exactly, physics. Standard copper cables, they just give up after, 50 feet? You end up with these crazy expensive workarounds like optical cables or stacking repeaters.
And that is the exact pain point we're looking at today. We're doing a deep dive on a piece of hardware designed to fix this. The tvONE 221.11.14.02 up to HDMI UTP Extender Kit.
Okay.
Our mission here is to figure out how this little box bridges the gap between high-def video and the simple network cable that's probably already in your walls.
And the headline claim is, it's pretty stunning, 500 feet. That's 152 meters. We're talking full 1920 by 1200 resolution with HDCP copy protection over that kind of distance.
It's not just a simple signal booster. It's like high-fidelity transportation for your video.
So how does it pull that off?
Well, the magic here is a technology called HDBaseT. It's the standard that makes this even possible. It basically packages the video, the audio, and control signals all together to run over simple twisted pair copper.
And that gets right to the heart of it for anyone doing an install. You're not buying some proprietary, crazy expensive cable.
Right.
You're using what's already there. CAT5E, CAT6.
Right.
Which just slashes the complexity and, the cost.
It absolutely does. But there's always a trade-off, right? The system is built on the HDMI 1.4 spec, which has a bandwidth ceiling of about 3.4 Gbps.
Okay, so what does that mean in practice?
It means that while 500 feet is fantastic for 1080p, if you try to push a 4K signal, say 3840 by 2160, that higher data density means your maximum distance drops. It drops pretty sharply, down to about 200 feet or 60 meters. It's just a classic case of bandwidth versus distance.
I see. So speaking of quality, what happens to the audio? So often with extenders, that's the first thing to get compressed or, just degraded. Are we just getting basic stereo here?
No, and that's what's so impressive. It maintains the full embedded HDMI audio, and that includes the high-end lossless standards like Dolby True HD and DTS HD Master Audio.
Wow.
So in a place like a theater or an auditorium, the sound you get 500 feet away is identical to what you'd get from a 3-foot cable. No quality loss.
Okay, so let's get into the other features, because in a commercial job, control can be just as important as the picture. I see these models have bidirectional RS-232 and two-way IR. Why is that so critical?
That's really the dividing line between a consumer gadget and a professional tool. Think of RS-232 as your command highway. It lets you send an instruction, like turn on projector, from a central control room to a device that's hundreds of feet away. And the two-way IR is just brilliant. It means you can be standing at the display and use its remote to control the Blu-ray player that's way back in the equipment rack.
And vice versa, I assume.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
Total system control all over that one single network cable.
And, looking at the specs, I see things that point to pure reliability. Stuff like improved heat dissipation, lower power use, better emissions resistance. That's not home theater stuff.
No, that's gear designed to be sealed in a wall or a rack and run 24/7 without failing. Plus, that little promise of no adjustments or tuning required, that's gold for an installer who has to deploy dozens of these.
Right. It has to just work.
It has to just work, and it has to be compliant. Being HDMI 1.4 and, crucially, HDCP compliant means you won't get that dreaded black screen when you plug in a protected source like a cable box. It ensures stability.
So, wrapping this up, the key takeaway for you listening is that this kit takes something incredibly demanding, high-bandwidth HDMI, and makes it work reliably over long distances using the simple network cable you already have. It completely changes the playbook for big AV projects.
It really is an elegant solution, but here's a final thought for you to chew on. The sources mention this kit is non-cancelable, non-returnable, and non-refundable. It's clearly meant for permanent installations. So with that in mind, what critical role does the included 3-year warranty play in managing the risk, both financial and technical, when you're integrating this kind of tech into a huge, expensive, and permanent project?